What's going on? What, you thought I didn't have a video for you guys? Of course I got a video. So today's topics might actually rub some people the wrong way, and understandably so. Nonetheless, we got a lot to go over, so without further ado, let's go ahead and start the video. What is going on, guys? Big Cloud coming at you live here on the channel. Hope you guys doing well. Hopefully my last video not only woke you up, but it also got you a little hype going into tomorrow's PlayStation 5 reveal. Cannot wait to see the future of gaming, but nonetheless, we're here. That's tomorrow. So today's video is pretty much straightforward. We're gonna go ahead and get into these topics. I'll start with the first one. Yeah, I actually thought I was gonna save this for last, but you know what? Let's tackle it right out the gate. Let's just start off hot real quick. So The Last of Us Part 2, well, first of all, The Last of Us Part 2 now officially has gotten the quote-unquote Spider-Man treatment. If you guys did not know, if you guys look at Twitter, Herman Hulse put out a tweet. He was showcasing the new paint job that they're doing for a lot of trains on the out there, basically to promote the game. If you guys remember in Spider-Man, when that launched, they came out with a custom bus, and they came out with also another custom train for that, and it was like themed and decked out to like the game. Now, I'm not sure if this actual train looks anything like that on the inside, but on the outside, it does have the Last of Us 2 as its its art going across. Looks good, looks fine. It's definitely going to get the word out for sure. So for those of you that did not see the advertisements, which is a little unavoidable, but still, if you haven't seen it, now you can see it across the world. But to get into the real topic when it comes to The Last of Us 2, this right here has become a topic, and it's become a lot, let's just say a lot of eyes are on this now after this was pretty much confirmed. So let's go ahead and take a breath before I say this. It has been reported that The Last of Us Part 2 will not have any difficulty-related trophies. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean that the games is just going to be easy? No. What I mean by that is there's no high-level trophy, if you get what I'm saying. Like, for example, beat the game on Grounded, which was Last of Us 1. There's nothing like that. You don't have to beat this game on super hard, nothing like that to beat the game. What is really interesting, and it's got a lot of people looking at the game a little cross-eyed here, or should I say they're looking at the game a little suspicious now, is the fact that you can actually tweak and modify the combat in the game, especially for the AI to a certain degree, kind of making it seem like this game has been fine-tuned for PC, and a lot of people are looking at this. So let's go ahead and put the screenshots on the screen real quick. Let's go over the combat accessibility. So in terms of these settings, let's just go through them real quick. Enable combat accessibility. You can turn this on and off, and the description says, enables the combat accessibility settings. These settings are designed to make combat accessible for all players. As such, they can be significantly alter the gameplay experience, or they can significantly alter the gameplay experience. So that's cool. Hostages don't escape. This can be turned on and off. Now, for those of you that are unaware of what that, you can do that in Last of Us 1. You couldn't turn the setting on. Obviously, this wasn't a setting, but this was part of the combat in Last of Us 1. Apparently, you can now turn this off. Enemies grabbed by you will not break free. Obviously, that's the description of that. Allies don't get grabbed, which would be definitely helpful. That happens a lot, especially in grounded gameplay, or in the grounded difficulty of Last of Us 1. But again, if you can turn this on and off, that kind of defeats the purpose, of having an ally that's there to not only be there to give you cover and watch your back, it kind of takes away from the threat of the game, if you get my point. So you can turn that off. Enemies don't flank. I don't understand why this is even a option in the game. Why would you want to turn that off when that is one of the big things from this game, from the last one? You know what I'm saying? Enemies barely did much in Last of Us 1. They kind of felt like they ran. They actually just walked on a track. You think about it. They went left, right. They went back, forward, and they always kind of like sat. They stood at a certain area and reset in certain key points of the game. And then they will probably advance forward if there was sound, if you threw something, So that's weird that they can, that you would adjust that. That's even an option. Another option that you can toggle is reduce enemy perception. Yeah. Now, Last of Us 1 already had this problem with the AI not necessarily noticing you. So hopefully this is a sign that they improved the AI, especially the tracking of, when you're in front of them versus when you're not near them. That was one of the issues of Last of Us 1. You can kind of, like sneak past a lot of guards and not necessarily get spotted. It happens numerous times. Reduce enemy accuracy. Again, that right there takes kind of the fun out of the combat if they're not even going to be accurate. So you basically turn them into stormtroopers. They can't hit you. Very, very weird. Enhanced dodge. Again, they incorporate a dodge mechanic in this game, and that is part of the combat now. But now, apparently, you can enhance this. Why is that an option? I have no clue. Invisible while prone. Come on, man. Really, we're going into Call of Duty realm with this. I don't know what's going on there. Weapon sway. You can turn that on and off. I don't know why would you turn that off. Again, takes away from the joy of the actual, I don't know. It takes the stress out of the game. It takes making those shots when you miss them, that much more impactful. It takes away from that when you do that. They also have a slow motion mode which you can enable too. And again, I don't know what to really say there for slow motion. In terms of the actual difficulties, they got, let's see, challenge, player, enemies, allies, stealth, and resources. So those are the gameplay modes, the difficulties here. Resources, apparently, again, it's okay. So the quantity of supplies and everything in the world. Yeah, so that's pretty much really it. And the game difficulty. There was one particular thing a lot of people were talking about. Apparently, you can adjust the FOV slider, and a lot of people were looking at that too as a sign that this very well could be a PC game very, very soon, or they already got you set up. And of course, if you go even more further into this, a lot of people believe that Sony, yes, let me repeat this, a lot of people believe that Sony is just releasing easier games because they want to make the transition to PC that much more easier. Now, here's the thing. A lot of PlayStation games, I can say this with a lot of confidence. A lot of PlayStation first-party games are definitely, and I mean this, are definitely easy. To platinum. Not a whole bunch of these games are hard to platinum. Even Bloodborne can be considered challenging, but it's not necessarily a hard game to platinum. You get what I'm going with this? It's not a hard game to platinum. So I can kind of see where a lot of you are getting this fear that Sony could very well just be doing this for the sake of doing this. No, I don't think they're doing this for the sake of doing this. I just think, honestly, when it comes to their Pacific games, hell, if you go back, look at Metal Gear Phantom Pain. Phantom Pain is a little difficult for a lot of people, right? And a lot of people didn't really get the platinum for that game, and that was made strictly by Kojima. Yet, when it came to Death Stranding is relatively easier than Phantom Pain. The only thing you're doing in Death Stranding really is just grinding and leveling up. You see what I'm saying? It's just how much time you put into the game. So technically, it's not really that hard to platinum a lot of first-party games in the PlayStation catalog. So just throwing it out there. Not a lot of these games are hard. Not every game is like a Sekiro. It doesn't have that. But I get where a lot of you are definitely afraid of, or you definitely have fear, and I definitely see that. But it's understandably so. Again, I'm not really worried about it at all, to be honest with you. Now, to go back to this again, because you already know tomorrow is the PS5 reveal. Let's go ahead and get into this for a minute. So, reportedly, the PlayStation 5 starts its full production this week. So, with the PS5 beginning its full production this week, that means that the PS5 form factor is 110% done. The design is done. And with that being said, that definitely feeds going into tomorrow, as you could very well get the form factor at the show. Honestly, it's kind of pointless for them to hold it off to August. You might as well just show the box, show everybody, what it looks like, so you can end the the mysteriousness of going around. You can end the mock-ups, because they're getting really, really crazy when it comes to this system, right? You can end all this. Go ahead and throw the console out there. Go ahead and give the gamers what it looks like, and we can go from point A to point B, basically. Okay. As far as the games there, well, again, I think we pretty much nailed every game that was supposedly going to be there. I mean, a lot of people are talking about Demon Souls. There's been a lot of reports for that. A lot of reports of Spider-Man and, of course, others. But again, my expectations for these particular games are very, very low. I don't want to get everybody's, anticipation that high. I definitely cannot put an open-ended question or nothing like that. I can't do that because that just builds false hype. You don't want to do that and be a douche when it doesn't get shown and say, I didn't say that. No, I can't do that. What I will say is that tomorrow is definitely going to be pretty damn good. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be pretty damn good. And they already told you that they're focusing strictly on gameplay. And with that being on the mindset as it is, then, it's going to be pretty damn good in general. Now, to add on to this in terms of games that could be shown, it turns out the Dead Space writer also teased his game is going to be shown here at the actual show. Apparently, he's been working on this game for almost 2 years, and we'll get more information tomorrow, possibly. So, hey, anything from the from the writer of Dead Space definitely has my attention, because Dead Space was definitely fire, and I definitely agree that that's one of the best games that Visceral Games has ever made. Sadly, we're not going to get another Dead Space anytime soon, because obviously Visceral Games is no more, and pretty much the Dead Space IP was bought by EA. So, go figure. If I remember correctly, there was also reports of Batman supposedly being here too. So the list goes on. The list goes on. There's so much stuff that could be shown here. Possibilities are really, really endless. And the excitement is definitely there. I definitely feel for a lot of you. You know what I'm saying? I've been hyped for this event for the longest. When they postponed it, I was definitely hurt. Good to see that we now have the official date. And the fact that it's tomorrow is the icing on the cake. So with that being said, I think I'm going to end the video here, man. I honestly think I'm going to end the video here. Not much else needs to be said, man. My expectations are pretty set. And I'm looking forward to what else is going to be shown at the show. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And definitely sound off in the comments. Without further ado, this is Big Cloud Gaming. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. It really does help the channel grow. Helps us reach more like-minded gamers. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Really do appreciate you. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the PlayStation 5 reveal live on the channel at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys be blessed. Until next time, my fellow gamers, this is Big Cloud Gaming. I'll see you guys later. Deuces.